Hey, I'm Matt. I'm the video director here at Techno Buffalo.
And I'm Mark. I'm the creative director, and we make videos here at Techno Buffalo.
For the past few weeks, we've been testing the 27-inch 5K iMac fully loaded.
And I've been testing out the 8-core iMac Pro.
So just like our previous flagship videos, we're going to split this versus video into 3 different categories. We're going to check out the iMac's design, the performance, and the value. And at the end of the video, we'll declare a winner and see whether the 5K iMac or the iMac Pro is the better computer for a content creator.
So we just picked up the base model iMac Pro a few weeks ago since we made the switch to Final Cut Pro 10 as our main editing software. However, we're still using After Effects to create our graphics because that's just what we're used to. Before we move into any benchmarks and tests though, let's just talk design. Now, we haven't really seen a major design overhaul on any of the iMacs since late 2012 when they removed the optical drives and introduced the 21 and 27-inch iMacs. So here we are in 2018, the iMac and Pro variant look exactly the same other than the space gray color and accessories it comes with out of the box. It also comes with bigger vents in the back, and you'll also get 2 extra USB-C Thunderbolt 3 ports, a faster 10 gigabit Ethernet port, and a 1080p FaceTime camera. So up front, the display on both iMacs are completely identical with the same 5120 by 2880 resolution, the same 500 nits of brightness, as well as the same P3 color gamut for that super accurate punchy colors. Now, I personally love the screen on the new iMacs. It's really vibrant, it's really bright, and it's just perfect for coloring in post. One thing to note though, before moving on to benchmarks, speakers are so much louder on the iMac Pro. It's not the best speakers out there, but there's more bass, it's more full than the regular iMac, and it sounds great out of the box.
So let's move on to performance. Our 5K iMac is the top-of-the-line 27-inch model. It has a 4.2 GHz Intel Core i7 processor, 40 GB of RAM, which we upgraded ourselves, something you can't really easily do with the iMac Pro. It has the Radeon Pro 580 graphics with 8 GB of VRAM and 500 GB of SSD storage. The iMac Pro is the base model with the 3.2 GHz Intel Xeon W processor with 8 cores, has 32 GB of RAM built in, a 1 TB SSD, and it's got the Radeon Pro Vega 56 with 8 GB of VRAM. Taking a look at Geekbench, we first see that the iMac Pro finished quicker at 1 minute and 10 seconds with a single core score of 4,372 and a multi-core score of 33,719. The 5K iMac finished just a couple minutes later with a single core score of 5,675 and a multi-core score of 19,806, so quite a bit lower. Moving on to Blackmagic's speed test, you can see the iMac Pro blows the 5K iMac out of the water with its 3 GB write speed and 2 GB read speed. The 5K iMac, on the other hand, is just slightly behind the Pro with a 1.8 GB write speed and 2 GB read speed. Now in Cinebench, the 5K iMac got an OpenGL score of 120 frames per second and a CPU score of 900. The iMac Pro got an OpenGL score of 118 frames per second, but a CPU score of 1,641. Now, moving on to some more realistic tests, we moved to Final Cut Pro 10. We downloaded a 6-second 8K clip from Red and tried to add color correction and effects to see how these two handled 8K video. And it turns out the iMac Pro can play back 8K videos just fine, where the 5K iMac has some trouble playing back the files even after it's rendered. So we then duplicated this 8K file with its effects and colors into a 1-minute file and then exported it. The iMac Pro exported it in 11 minutes and 42 seconds, while the 5K iMac took a decent amount longer at 20 minutes and 45 seconds. After our test finished, we tried playing back the exported 8K clip in QuickTime, and both iMacs were unable to play back the video in real time, which surprised us. Moving on to After Effects, we exported a 50-second clip that we made from scratch with multiple elements and in 4K. The iMac Pro finished exporting in 13 minutes and 50 seconds, while the 5K iMac exported the same project in 15 minutes and 11 seconds. Another thing to note with these tests is besides the time difference, there's also a noise difference with the fans. In the time we've been using the iMac Pro, not once have we heard the fans kick on, or if they are on, we can't hear them. Whereas with the 5K iMac, it sounds like a plane's about to take off.
So clearly the iMac Pro is the more beefier system, but it's also more expensive. But how much more is it? The 5K iMac we bought with the extra 32GB kit we installed ourselves cost roughly around $3,050, and our base model iMac Pro costs $5,000, so we're looking at an almost $2,000 price difference between the two systems. Obviously, the 5K iMac is the better bang for the buck, but if you're looking for a computer that will grow with you for the next 3, 4, or 5 years, the iMac Pro starts to look appealing. Sure, for most of the tests we did, the difference may not seem worth the price difference, but for the tests that are a bit more forward-thinking, like editing 8K, large After Effects files, the iMac Pro handles these way better. So if you're looking for a computer that will be able to grow with you for the next few years, the iMac Pro is the way to go. Especially if you run a business or rely on a computer to make a living, it's a larger investment up front that can help you earn more in the long run.
As creative professionals, if you're in the market for a new computer to edit or create videos for YouTube or whatever else you want to create, the base model 8-core iMac Pro is definitely worth the extra $2,000, and it's the clear winner here. That extra boost in performance will save you some time rendering, exporting, and if you need even more power, you can upgrade to a 10-core or even an 18-core computer for way more power than what we have here. While on the 5K iMac, this is the best that you can get. On pretty much every front, you can't go wrong with the iMac Pro.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let us know in the comments down below which one you would choose. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit that notification bell to be updated when we upload new videos. I'm Mark Linsangin from Techno Buffalo.
And I'm Mike Gonzalez with Techno Buffalo.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.